Hello, my friends, and welcome back to the channel. GungHoGuns here, mustache freshly combed, trigger finger itching, and yes, we're back in Once Human again. Now I know I've been gone for a few weeks. Why, you ask? Well, I did the unthinkable. I actually took a break from filming and doing any of this stuff just to play some games, specifically this one right here, Once Human. And let me tell you guys, I've been having an absolute blast. Once Human has dropped Endless Dream, whether it's beta, early access, early beta, pre-release, access, alpha, who knows anymore? Who cares? What I do know is this. It's fun, it's chaos, and boy, once you dead. Now, I've seen a lot of chatter lately on Reddit, Discord, probably even some smoke signals, aggressive pigeon mails being sent out. You know, a lot of players are complaining that it's way too hard. They're not having fun because they're dying. The dream is actually a nightmare. Well, guess what? You're playing Endless Dream, not Endless Nap, guys. Fear not, my fellow Chaos Gremlins. Today, I'm going to give you a few tips that will make your Endless Dream not only survivable, but stupidly easy and enjoyable. So grab a drink, fire up that corn dog, and let's get dangerous. All right. Thank you, folks, for being here. I very much appreciate every single one of you. If you enjoyed the content, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, if you are looking for some folks to play Once Human with, as you see right here, our little Mando Hive is coming up. We're about to make Hive 2 and Hive 3. So if you want some cool people to shoot some stuff with, our Discord is in the bio of this video. I won't waste too much of your time. Let's get into tip 1. So our tip 1 is we are going to be looking for some cone flour. Let me show you really quick where to find it, and then we'll go from there. So if you port over to, oh, wrong one. Let's go to Deadsville. Now, again, they're all over the place, but this is where I go for just this. Once you are in Deadsville, again, just drop your bike down and we're going to turn left right here. Again, this is not the optimal place for it, but if you are lazy like me, this is pretty good because they are just right in this field. Right over here. You will find about 6 of them placed strategically, and you can easily tell them because they have this little red flower kind of tone to them. Anyway, once you get that, I'll meet you back at our base. Now, why did we need that cone flour? Now, if you come to our stove right here, what we're going to be making is that fruit tea. And right here on the bottom is you're going to actually change that over to the cone flour. The reason for that is it is going to give you more sanity and survivability. So you're not going to be losing a lot of that as you're playing this game. This is honestly one of the main reasons why people do not like this game is because of your sanity and all that good stuff. Just this little thing right here only takes some boiled water and cone flour. You're going to make this fruit tea. With this, and what it's going to do is going to increase your sanity, your hydration, but it's also going to increase it, I believe, for 10-15 minutes. And it looks something like this. If you come over here, as you see, I have 2 of them. This is the one that I use, and just like that, you are good for a while, and you're not going to be losing that sanity when you are fighting these deviants and in those endless dreams and all that good stuff. All right, step 2 is actually crafting this lantern that I have called the Nightmare Lantern. One of the other things that a lot of people are complaining about is when they are in there, they're getting tons of this confusion and all these things. It's kind of making things a little hectic for a lot of people. This is how you solve that. Now, again, it actually runs on these things called the Nightmare Light Sources. Now, to make this, first you have to go into your memetics and over to the crafting or the crafting logistics section, or actually it's crafting right here. And then if you scroll down just a little bit, you will see that reality anchor. And you only need a few points to unlock it. Once you unlock it, you will be able to craft the Nightmare Lantern. Again, not a lot of materials are needed for it. The only really good thing, or the crazy thing, is the Nightmare light sources. They are very easy to spot. As you are in the Endless Dream or the Nightmare section, you will notice these things that are lighting up the ground. Very, very easy to see. As you see right there on the left side, there's a couple of them. I'm just going to roll through and just F and collect them really, really fast. Again, they're all over the place in the Endless ones. Just grab it when it's dark. Grab a bunch of them. You're not going to need too many. Now, after you get your lantern, what I recommend, and this is what I recommend to everybody, before you enter any of these, go ahead and drop your tent by pressing T, your little campsite, because you're not going to be able to spawn into it. This just kind of makes it a little easier where if something does happen, you can die and just kind of be able to go back right into it. Okay. Now, as we enter this over here, this new endless death zone or whatever the hell it's called, the Ravenous Hunter one, Omen, we're going to find a few things in here and we'll go over it one by one for you guys. The number one thing here is, and I want you guys to see it, is these things in the air. Probably wondering what the hell that is and how to kill it and all this good stuff. This is how I do it, is the easiest way that I do it. I know there's that little potion that you can take that gives you that double jump, but honestly, in the early game, it might not be worth it, or I don't even like wasting it on this. So this is what I do. I always make sure that I have a couple of hundred of wood and gravel on me at all times. And you can easily put that, a couple of hundred, maybe 200 of each will be plenty. So what I do is I just drop a foundation. Like if I'll look at it like this and I'll just kind of move a foot over and I'll drop one right there. I will climb on top of it. Okay. And then what I'll do is I'll do inner and I'll just put 2 stairs. Again, you don't want to do it into it. You want to kind of do it away from it, just like so. And then all you got to do is just fly through it. Just like that. Easy peasy, come back, destroy these, and you get your materials back. Let's do it one more time. Then you see there's one over here. So what I'm going to do is we're going to position it on this side. Again, same thing, right? We're going to drop that foundation just like so. And then we're going to put 2 stairs kind of leading into the other way. Come on, get up. Come on. Come on. Where did I put it? Oh, I put it over here. That's fine. And then just like so, climb up and then just jump through it. And boom. You don't have to waste any of that stuff. And again, this is where you're going to get all of your materials to make gear and weapons and all of that good stuff. The other thing that I wanted to talk to you about is this tree. You got to see that tree down there. As we kind of come down to it, you're going to notice what the hell is that tree. This is actually amazing. I love this update. If you cut this tree down, just like so, you're going to actually get Stardust Source, which is really, really cool. The next thing that we got is these little clocks, and you're going to see them. There's little, they're just kind of everywhere, right? And you're wondering what that is. This is actually what you're going to need. You just you got to jump on top of it, and then you just got to mine it. And it'll give you that sand of clarity. They're all over the place, but this is pretty much where I get mine. And then just like so, it is good to go. Next, I want to talk to you about how to get more crystals for your gear and all that good stuff. Apart from, the jumping, which I personally prefer. But here's another method. If you see, once you go in these dream scenarios or, dream little nightmare things, you'll notice these little white things on the floor. It's like somebody's walking and leaving footprints. Now, pressing Q doesn't do anything. You actually have to just shoot kind of in front of it, and you'll get that morphic crate. Killing these will, on the lower levels, will give you weapons that you can go ahead and disintegrate to get tons of loot for your gear and all these good things that you see right here. Really quick. Oh, you can't actually kill this guy, so just be careful. What I like to do is, because again, it's a fresh character, so I'll just pull out my little maiden just to freeze him, just so I can go ahead and grab that really quick. There we go. And then after that, as you see, you get Stardust and that Sand of Clarity, but you also get a weapon. Now remember, at 35 and above, I believe that's how it works, 35 and above, when you're doing these, it would actually drop multiple crystals that you're going to need to go ahead and, upgrade your gear and or weapons. All right. So lastly, I wanted to talk about some things here as well. The tips that I just gave you are the main tips on how to handle this new thing in this scenario or this server, if you will. However, there are other things to consider. For example, if you are a solo player and maybe you are having a hard time, getting certain things. If you look right here, this is a fresh character. I didn't want to move any of my characters over. So this is a fresh character. There's a reason that I did it. I wanted to actually see how hard it would be. And I'll be honest, it was difficult. But it can be a lot better if you prepare yourself. So I'm going to give you a few tips here as well on how to make that happen, especially if you're a solo player. So over here, as you see, I do this on every server that I play. It is just an easy way to get energy links and a lot of XP. What you want to do is, again, if you're a solo player, you want to go in one of these little coastlines and you want to make salt. Making salt is super, super easy on these. I don't think I actually have any salt on me to make, but making salt here only requires seawater. There's a ton of XP that you're going to get. Again, don't worry about the XP too much. It's more for the energy links, but it really can, if you make all these stoves, and I'll show you how to make that, you can get 1 or 2 levels as you're leveling if you want to do that. Again, I don't think we need to anymore because, with our, our hive, we do a lot of monoliths and things like that. We quest a lot. So levels are super easy, but if you're struggling, this is a very easy thing to do. Again, all the materials that you're going to need for these are located around the Greywater camp, the one over here. So you can actually ride to Greywater over here by Deadsville, and then you can just hit up these little points here. Again, you don't have to kill anybody. You can just run around collecting all the garbages and or those crystals in the sky that I showed you, and then you can easily make these right here. Again, if you want. Personally, I just do it for the hive if these guys need it, or if they're building alts, if they want to test something. It's just an easy way to get some levels. The last thing that I want to talk about, and again, it's very, very important that, to make this easier for yourself. If you are a fresh player, like again, this character is, and you're showing that you are getting beat up pretty hard, things are, hard to kill, etc., etc. That is because you are not prepared. Let me show you something really quick. And again, by doing this, you're going to be able to craft a lot of this gear pretty easily. Tier 1, tier 3, tier 4. They are, on these new scenarios, they're making this very relevant. Do not be in level, tier 1 gear and trying to kill level 30 or 40. It's not going to work out for you. Not that you're going to waste 1,000 bullets, maybe 10,000, and not going to do anything. So really quick, what I recommend, again, is if you look, I would start off at Deadsville, get your bike. And then I would hit up these areas right here until you get tier 2, tier 1, tier 2 gear. Then I would make myself to, Mayor's Market and hit up these areas till you get level 2 gear, finish it off. And I mean weapon and gear. And then after that, I would honestly head up, head north and Greywater Camp till you get full tier 3 gear. The reason why you want to do that, and here I'll explain this very carefully. I think the best way to do it is in mods. I'll explain to you how this actually works. Now, if you notice in Once Human, you have pretty much, 9 different builds or so that you can do. You can either do elemental builds, such as Burn, Power Surge, Frost Vortex, and whatever. Or you can do a physical build like Shrapnel. This is the one that I play, Bounce, Fast Gunner, etc., Fortress Warfare, things like that. Now, how do these actually work and how the damage works? Because if you are going in there and you're noticing that you're not killing them, fast enough and you're wasting too many bullets, you're probably just not running your build correctly. Let me explain this again. I'll take 2 seconds to explain this. So the damage output for the elemental builds, the majority of it comes, again, obviously from your mods as well, but majority comes from your armor. So if you are, for example, if you are running, let's say, a surge build, you want to make sure that you are, going over here and you are crafting the better tier armor to get that PSI intensity. Now, as you see right here, for example, if you crack 4, do you see how much it jumps? And you actually want to calibrate, if you can, at least 2 or 3. This is going to help you do a ton more damage, as if for your elemental builds, obviously, right? This is going to help you so much. Do not sleep on this. This is going to turn this scenario into easy mode if you do this. So again, from level 1 to 5, run tier 1. At 10, run tier 2. At 20, run tier 3. At 30, run tier 4. And at 40, run tier 5. Easy to remember, right? And again, you can easily get that materials like I showed you in the video by getting those crystals and hitting. Again, you don't have to fight too many things. You can just run in and grab the garbage and then come back and disassemble it right there. If you're running a physical build, like the Shrapnel build, majority of that damage comes from your weapon. So make sure that you do the same thing. Again, make sure that you're working on your stars, or your tiers, if you will, and then make sure that you are upgrading your weapons accordingly, because this is going to make, life a lot easier where you don't have to, shoot 40,000 bullets just to kill one thing. If you're doing this proactively, the game is going to be super, super easy for you. Again, those are my tips. This is how I am having a lot of fun in the new server, or the new beta, if you will. Things are dying really easily. I'm really not having any issues personally. Again, maybe other people are, but if you just do these little things, you are going to make things a lot easier. And I know what you guys are thinking. You know, you've been playing forever, and I definitely have. But you see, this is a fresh character. I have a 1/1 festering gel that I got from the first monolith. I mean, I don't have anything good on this character because it is a fresh character that I'm starting over. I just wanted to show you guys that it can be done, and you can still, you know, make fun, you know, make fun of the game by making it super easy. Anyway, thank you again, guys, for watching. I very much appreciate you. Let me know in the comments if you have any other suggestions. I would love to add them and tell people so we can all enjoy Once Human together. Until the next time, have a good one, folks.